My people, what's going on? It's your boy Kobe with Slam, and we're here with the legend, Don C, to talk about the Crown Collection presented by DraftKings. My man, thank you for joining us today.
Man, happy to be here, Cole.
It's an absolute pleasure. So, you work with DraftKings to, create the Crown Collection.
Yes,
Walk
sir.
us through what that experience was like.
Well, the creative director of the project was my buddy Set Free. He reached out to me and just was like, man, we have been talking for a minute because we both represent basketball culture in general, fashion, community, music, hip hop. And so we always felt like, man, it's something we need to do together. So Free was like, yo, I got the perfect situation. Like, I have this situation where I'm directing this project. And he was like, I want to tap into you. Let's design this capsule collection for this brand. It's pushing culture. We're gonna be able to do some exercise around it. Their media partner is Slam. We're gonna be able to work with them. So I just feel like privileged because I think it's just long overdue with me working with Slam Magazine. I feel like it's like we represent so many things that are similar that I just wanna continue to like compliment whatever y'all do in the game and support it.
Absolutely, yeah, that's fire. So can you tell me a little bit about each of the pieces in the collection?
Yeah, absolutely. It's 3 t-shirts, the over, the under, and the parlay tee. And then we have 2 hoodies. The inspiration behind the hoodies, one kind of the orange colorway was something that Free was saying he was really seeing the orange WNBA hoodie getting action. So we like thought that was a way to like throw a nod towards female culture in basketball. Female representation in basketball culture. And then the black one was like I call it my FAMU quote unquote colorway because it was inspired by the school that I wish I could have went to when I was in high school. I wanted to go to FAMU and be an engineer. That was like one of my dreams back then. And I was just always like they colorway. And then we also got a super exclusive Just Don cap, a DraftKings Just Don cap. So my signature python with the gold buckle, and like I haven't seen they bless nobody with them, so I'm sure you're gonna see them on the streets. I have it on in the marketing materials for this collection.
I was doing some research and, you're very well known in the fashion sense, but there's a lot of elite fashion designers out there that are asked to come up with good fashion for humans. But you were actually tasked with coming up with fashion for a non-human, Benny the Bull. You were tasked with making him a signature sneaker, which is crazy to think. So talk about that process and what went into it and how fun that was.
Man, it's funny that you noticed that. Okay, so that was something that I really was like honored to be able to do because I feel like Benny the Bull is like one of the best assets we have at the Bulls organization. He's undeniably, he's the #1 mascot in sport. Like, he has more Instagram, TikTok followers. And I look at it as an asset that our organization can have, that we could reach more people outside of the Chicago community. I keep on trying to message how, to me, the Chicago Bulls brand is the biggest brand in basketball. And we represent so many things outside of basketball, being a global brand. And that's, of course, huge thanks to MJ for that. Like, I feel like it's no doubt that's the connection of Michael and the Bulls and our 6 championships and our dynasty of the 90s is why it's looked at as like the premier brand of basketball. And we don't switch up our logos. We don't, because we're a heritage brand. We don't have to. We have the best logo. It's no reason to change it every season like every other team. And so what we do is we sort of like kind of just trying to really, really focus on the communication of that. So to short, it was something that I realized no other mascot has a signature shoe. This guy is an asset of our organization as if a star player, but even bigger in some aspects. And he can reach people in New York. He can reach people in LA that don't have to be a Bulls fan, but they connect with his characteristics and his qualities.
Absolutely. So is this signature sneaker one-on-one, or is this something that I can cop? Because, I'm trying to get my shoe game up. So is this something that I can add to my arsenal or what?
Yeah, not the actual version with Benny's logo on it, because we had like a little bit of a legal issue, but there is a version of a Just Don made in Italy courtside sneaker. It's on my website right now.
For sure.
Where you can get, it's just not the exact colorway and have the Benny logo, but it's basically the same sneaker.
So circling back to fashion and the NBA, who were like 3 guys in the NBA who you think are the best dressed, got the best fashion sense?
Ooh, okay. The 3 guys best currently, right?
Currently,
okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to, and this might be, I'm gonna give Russell Westbrook like a lifetime achievement award. Jordan Clarkson. I think is fresh. I like his style. And then because both of those guys are really expressive, let me think of someone that is on the other spectrum that has like a not as expressive kind of aesthetic, but also I feel like it's sharp. Let me think about it.
I most definitely, yeah.
I feel like Jordan Clarkson is so swaggy. Then I'm not gonna say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because he's the same swagginess.
Right,
But he's fresh. Yeah,
I like Shai.
Man, I'm so sorry. I wish I could think of somebody right now that's like simple.
I know what you're saying.
Fresh.
Maybe not as loud.
But like,
but
he always
like
clean, sharp. Yeah.
Most definitely, yeah. Like you see a lot of the younger guys really starting to, I feel like, embrace fashion because those guys like Russ, James Harden really took inspired
And I think the culture now that's entering the league has always appreciated and lived in the tunnel culture. We lived before, so we had to adapt the tunnel culture. That's all they know. So I think the fashion sense of the game is always a part of it. When we're making a big thing about like how it's something now, they know it as just that.
Right.
It's like a melting pot of basketball culture is a melting pot of subcultures.
Man, I really appreciate it. Like I said, you're a legend, Don C. You are the Chicago Bulls, Mitchell and Ness, just Don, the mastermind. So thank you very much for coming on here and talking with us.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. So it's your boy Kobe checking out. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.